Instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. Touch him up and come out.
The IBO World Title, 12 rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Latif Kaydde for Antonio Tarver. Created a huge YouTube campaign. Tarver, reluctant at first, says, be careful what you ask for. You may get it. Here we go. The young lion versus the old lion, folks. Round one.
Tarver said that the first couple of rounds for him will be concentrated on defense rather than offense, making Latif Kaydde miss and frustrating him.
Kaydde, strong, physical specimen, but very raw in terms of his technical abilities.
Kaydde has fought two straight lefties, Felix Cora Jr. and Matt Godfrey, in preparation for this, so that part is good. Though the Cora fight, not his best performance. He was more impressive against Godfrey.
Antonio criticizing during his broadcasting of Kaydde's fights. He said Kaydde slapped with his punches. Didn't have a good plan. Defense was suspect. All constructive criticism according to Antonio, but not received the same way by Latif Kaydde.
You know, Kayode's demeanor here in round one speaks to something he said to us. He said, you know, oh, the nice right hand by Kaydde. He said, I'm not going to come out crazy. He thinks he's gotten under my skin, and I'm so emotional that I'm going to let it affect my fighting. I'm not. And so far, he hasn't. He's been restrained, thrown very few punches, but in many respects, that's kind of a positive thing for him because Tarver thought he would come out strongly, and Tarver would be able to kind of discourage him by frustrating him. Kayode's right hand is getting home early on.
Tarver saying he wanted to take his time early, feel his power, make him miss. Hopefully he'd get confident, maybe emotional, and then I make him pay.
And he has allowed Kaydde to throw those right hands. A couple have gotten through, but not dramatically.
According to Kaydde's camp, when you're 43 years old, you can get old in the ring. Will this be the night for Tarver?
Kind of a wide looping right hook by Tarver. That's not actually his trademark. The jab and the straight left hand are the weapons of choice for him, and an occasional uppercut.
Seconds, stop at the bell.
All right, let's take a look at the keys for Kaydde Tarver.
For Antonio Tarver, got to keep his left hand up. Those right hands already starting to rain on him by Kaydde. And the 1-2, straight up the middle, and then his uppercut. Kaydde tends to lean in, and Antonio Tarver has an excellent uppercut. For Latif Kaydde, I think he needs to dig to the body. He's fighting a 43-year-old man. You want to get in there and work the body. He can't lunge in, and he hasn't been doing that. And, of course, landing the right is important. He did land several of those in the first round.
Okay, keep putting them together for me, okay, son? All right.
All right, Freddie, let's go. Stop.
Freddie Roach taking a special liking to Kaydde and his story. Antonio Tarver, for his entire career, trained by 85-year-old legend Jimmy Williams.
And also Buddy McGirt in that corner. So we got three people in the various corners, along with Eric Brown in Freddie Roach's corner as well. We got some great brain power in those corners. You know, even though Freddie Roach obviously working with Manny Pacquiao for his June 9th fight with Tim Bradley, they said it's not been a problem. Coyote's been working in that same gym, and they've gotten more than enough attention from Freddie Roach.
A lot of movement by Kaydde
Interesting, yeah. That's surprising in a way.
in this fight.
And Tarver coming forward.
There's a jab to the body. Coyote's people saying Tarver soft in the middle at the weigh-in, questioning his fitness. There's another right hand to the body.
Keep it up.
One of the sparring partners that Antonio Tarver had for this fight, Henry Namao from Las Vegas, a really good cruiserweight. I think a good choice to emulate the style of Kaydde.
Kaydde, little trash talking in the ring right now. Here in the second round. Remember, this is scheduled for 12.
He missed those punches, but he would like to get Tarver to attack him at this juncture. Tarver's moving forward, but not throwing too many punches at the moment. It is interesting that Kaydde is going backwards in this fight, using lateral movement. I don't know if that's what was expected.
Tarver later in his career, better counter puncher, defensive fighter, using his defense to create offense. Kaydde trying to jump on him. And that's what Antonio Tarver wants.
Yeah, now the danger for Tarver is the potential of giving away some of these early rounds. He probably lost the first round and might well have lost this one too. Now I know that that was his plan to see if he could frustrate Kaydde, and Kaydde is missing some of those punches.
He wants Coyote's confidence to become a detriment. That's what Antonio Tarver told us. He thinks he can get him out of there in 9.
Well, Kaydde is out punching Tarver right now, and he's posturing as well.
10 seconds, gentlemen.
That is subject to change, of course.
Al, I got a feeling this is going to be a good fight. When it finally gets going.
Early on, Kaydde missing with some of these right hands. In fact, the whole combination missing. He kind of celebrated after this. But that set the stage for these effective aggressive punches. He would land one right hand in there, and a left hook got in. So not all of those landing in there, but there were a couple of shots to the head and the body that did get in for Latif Kaydde, and he's been so much more active than Tarver that you have to think he won the first 2 rounds. That's Jimmy Williams, 85-year-old trainer, one of the great trainers in boxing.
Round 3, scheduled for 12 in the cruiserweight division. Antonio Tarver, the IBO world title holder, putting his belt on the line in the white trunks with black trim. Latif Kaydde, 29 years old, from Nigeria, in the green, undefeated, 18-0, 14 KOs. Kaydde from the Yoruba tribe. And Tarver with the late hit. There's the emotion being shown by Kaydde.
Well, you know, if anything, it was Antonio Tarver there that lost his cool a little bit, because Kaydde was kind of mugging to the cameras, and on the break, it was Tarver that landed that left hand, or tried to throw that left hand.
Watch it. Turn around.
Kaydde's spending as much time talking as he is fighting in this round. So he's a colorful character.
Looks like Tarver may be prepared to bring it to Kaydde a little bit more here in the 3rd round. 1:45 to go.
he's been moving forward, if not punching effectively. So, and we look at the power punches according to show stats, and so far Coyote with the edge, 8 out of 36, and throwing a lot more than Tarver. And Tarver said that, Antonio Tarver said to us,
Nice uppercut by Tarver that time.
that's a money punch for him, and it's one that he thought he could land in this fight.
But Coyote responds with a right hand of his own. Now, Latif Coyote showing his aggressive side. Totally different style for Coyote in the beginning of this fight, serving as more of a counter puncher.
Coyote's physical ability right now, and just his power and his strength as a fighter in there, is serving him well.
Coyote wisely using the free hand as Tarver tries to tie him up. Tarver establishing the jab now.
The counter-punching of Antonio Tarver has not been as effective as he would have liked in this fight. When Coyote unleashes, he's mostly in a defensive posture. There was a testy moment when they were tied up and Coyote doing some talking and some mugging to folks on camera, and Antonio did not like that. And while the referee is coming in there to break them, he gives him a whack and gets a appropriate warning from the referee. But later in the round, this is a signature Antonio Tarver punch. Very nice uppercut. And that counter-punching moments in this fight so far. So far the athleticism of Coyote has, it appears, won the day, but we'll see.
Alright, you use the jab first and then drop the right hand behind the jab, okay?
Can Latif Coyote control his emotions? That's the question. You know, Antonio Tarver is always under control. He's been in. But can Tarver make Coyote lose control?
And the other issue is Coyote has had a habit of fading a bit in later rounds. He did it against Felix Cora Jr. But he's facing a 43-year-old who hasn't been 12 rounds for a while. Coyote landing a nice right hand earlier. 10 months since Tarver's last fight when he beat Danny Green in Australia. And Tarver said he wanted to go to the body early against Coyote. He hasn't done that at all.
There he goes that time.
Yep.
All right, break, stop focusing. Bust.
There's a jab to the body by Antonio Tarver. There's a straight left hand. Coyote backing up. Another straight left hand to the body.
Yeah, and that body work that he talked about is now coming to fruition a little bit.
And there's the slapping
Go ahead behind the head. Bust.
that Tarver referred to during his commentary of Coyote's fights. Now, I hope that means he doesn't want to fight you out.
I hope not.
No, don't wrestle. Bust.
I was a mediocre amateur 40 years ago, and no chances of me coming out of retirement.
Corner that time.
Tarver trying to use his jab and find his range. Almost trips.
Coyote physically is using his power and his strength to kind of control this fight a bit. Now in this round, Tarver has done much better in terms of his body work. Oh my, nice counter right by Coyote.
Ooh, that one blocked by Kaydde.
That's the best combination, though, that Tarver has thrown in this fight.
Tarver trying to time it. All right, let's go to Steve Farhood, who's standing by with the man that we're looking forward to see later on in June, Victor Ortiz.
Victor Ortiz has a pretty good seat right here. Things have been crazy for you. You win the fight of the year. You get KO'd controversially by Mayweather. Then a postponement and a cancellation with Berto. You still look sane.
I am very sane, actually. I've been keeping myself busy, doing different things, you know, aside of boxing. I became an entrepreneur and been doing well at that, but at the same time, I'm also doing triathlons, marathons, and whatnot, so I'm enjoying myself.
June 23, you will be fighting Jose Cito Lopez. What kind of threat does he pose for you?
He's in the same position I was a year and a half ago against Berto, so you know what? At this point in time, I'm taking him very critical, very serious, so I'm ready.
And the end game for you at welterweight, I know you want to win a title back. Is it a rematch with Floyd?
I would hope so. I definitely hope so. The ball's in his court. I'm all up for it.
Victor Ortiz, June 23 on Showtime Championship Boxing. Back to Gus.
All right, thank you very much. 5th round scheduled for 12 in the cruiserweight division. IBO world title on the line. Antonio Tarver took that title away from Danny Green in Australia, defending it for the first time in white and black. Latif Kaydde, upstart, 29 years old, from Nigeria in green, undefeated, with 14 KOs and 18 wins.
By the way, the All Access show will debut on Showtime, featuring Victor Ortiz, first of a number of topics and people that we'll highlight. You know, Kaydde has gotten through some effective right hands. He does throw it awkwardly, and sometimes he does slap, but he's gotten that punch home from time to time in this fight.
As witnessed by the power punches so far.
Yeah, he's got an edge in a considerable edge in that, and has thrown many more power punches. We saw a good combination from Tarver the last round, but a nice 1-2-3 combination, but those have been few and far between.
Tarver saying he feels most comfortable with his cruiserweight. It's so hard, he said, toward the end of his time at 175 to maintain weight. 43 years old.
You know, he's always fought a controlled pace, Tarver, but in this case, he has been not very active. Just not active in this fight. I know he wants to discourage Kaydde and then come back, but he's giving away rounds here. There's no question about that. And for Kaydde, that part's working out pretty well. A left hand lands, and Kaydde sticks his tongue out at Tarver. But Steve Kaydde is colorful in there, that's for sure. And I just don't think that Antonio thought that Latif Kaydde would be backing up and using all of this ring. That's really a little different tactic than I think he expected. And he's made Tarver come to him. There's a nice right hand by Kaydde. So from a tactical standpoint, in many ways, Kaydde has done well here.
I think that's the biggest point of the fight. That point that you just made.
Could well be, and we'll see if Tarver can turn it around.
At 43, can Tarver chase? Fans not happy with the lack of action they're seeing.
No.
See, you're giving it away,
You're
baby.
giving the fight away.
Don't say that. No, don't say that.
Hey, you're not doing nothing. You're not letting your hands go. Come on, baby. You letting this guy take control of the fight. Right
Let
here.
him take control. We're doing it around easy.
You gotta pick up the clinch. You gotta pick up your clinch rate.
You're not.
You're waiting for one shot.
You can't do that, T. You had good range.
Come on, we need every round now. Let's go.
Round 6, Antonio.
Come on, T. Come on, baby.
You're making this guy. And listen, Antonio, stand your ground.
Well, urgency in the Tarver corner, that's for sure, from both Jimmy Williams and Buddy McGirt. And there's the straight right hand by Kaydde. That one was delivered quite well. And he has landed that punch a fair amount during the course of this fight. He hasn't hurt Antonio Tarver with it, I don't think, but he's landed it a number of times. And obviously they feel in the corner that Tarver has to pick up the pace offensively.
6th round scheduled for 12. The cruiserweight division, Antonio Tarver, the IBO world title holder in white and black. Latif Kaydde in green.
I don't know who Kaydde is talking to on that side of the ring. There's Tarver's over there, there's his corner, but he's fixated on discussing things with them during the round. Good body work by Tarver, and a good straight left hand.
Tarver trying to pick up the pace now. Kaydde, 2 straight right hands.
Fighting as a righty now, Antonio Tarver, giving him a different look.
Coyote, maybe not expecting this. Tarver started his boxing career as a right-handed fighter. Now he presses Coyote on the ropes.
Well, this is the moment. This is the moment after his corner exhorted him that Antonio Tarver is trying to make this fight and change it. And he had some success early in this round. You get the feeling that Tarver's looking for one punch that will change things in this fight, and that's kind of what Jimmy Williams and Buddy McGirt were chastising him for. That he's not letting his hands go in the combinations that he's capable of throwing, or has been capable of throwing. He did it in the Danny Green fight, but that was 10 months ago.
Go hit him on the back.
Oh, nice straight left hand on the button for Tarver. Now a right hook on the button for Tarver. Let's see if that challenges Latif Kaydde's ego, or if he's going to continue with this Freddie Roach approach of backing up. Tarver trying to engage him in a fist fight.
And this has been a much more fun round to watch. And actually, this fight has percolated a bit.
Seconds to stop at the bell.
Big right hand by Kaydde.
Well, there were moments in the last round in which Antonio Tarver started to do some of the things he has been wanting to do in this fight. Getting him against ropes, landing a nice combination there. Some of those punches getting in, not all of them, but some. And then there's what has been the signature of Antonio Tarver during his career, the jab and the straight left hand. That's what he does best, and he has done that better than many fighters for a long time. But at the end of the round, Kaydde trying to blast him as Tarver walks away, and things are heating up here.
Come on, T, let's go.
Buddy McGirt, Jimmy Williams telling Tarver, let's
Keep
go.
it clean, keep it clean.
You're giving the fight away. You gotta take it to him. Let your hands go. Tarver obliging in the 6th round. 7th round now, scheduled for 12.
And in that last round, it was the first time Antonio Tarver has landed more punches than Kaydde. He landed 13 connects as opposed to 11 for Kaydde.
Now, what do you have so far here in the 7th?
Well, I've got Kaydde winning this fight by a couple of rounds. I think he's ahead in this match. In fact, I think he's won most of the rounds. I think the last round was definitely an Antonio Tarver round. No, that was a beautiful right hand by Kaydde. He has landed some powerful rights, and with good leverage. And of course, Antonio Tarver, not a man at any age that's easy to get out of there. And you know, that tweet by Mark Ortega is a very fascinating one. Is this Kaydde being better, or again, as we saw in the last fight, is this Antonio Tarver showing his age a bit? Again, you said a combination of both in the Winky White fight. I think we could say that here as well, a combination of both.
Seems like it's hard for Tarver to pull the trigger. He sees what he wants to do, but he can't do it. Now some body work, all those blocked by Kaydde. Kaydde comes out with a wild right uppercut.
And that last sequence was a good example. Those punches just weren't as effective as you would expect from Tarver in that situation. Now, he's been more aggressive in this round, Tarver.
Straight left hand. Connecting for Tarver. Another left hand, right on the side of the ear. Now an uppercut.
Let him out, let him out.
And remember, Kaydde has never gone 12 rounds, and we have seen him fade a bit in fights. So
3 consecutive 10-round decisions for Latif.
could Tarver take advantage of that?
Tarver caught him with something. Kaydde. Did he slip or was he hit?
He was hit, but I don't know if he was hurt. He's trying to show us he wasn't hurt.
Tarver just taking it into the 7th. Antonio Tarver. And we've got to look at the replay. Kaydde with a big smile that usually means a fighter got caught with something.
He's trying to walk you into a shot, okay? You be smart, okay?
I believe there was a punch, but I think there was also some action with the feet that helped create this. There, you know what? It was more of an off balance. It was a short left hand, but I don't think that's what really, I don't think it hurt Kaydde. I think it just pushed him back. And then he did get it with a nice uppercut, and shortly after this, Kaydde landed a series of body punches.
Looked like Tarver may have hit him out with the grazing right hand on the ear, which can throw your equilibrium off.
Yeah, and I think there was also their feet got tangled up.
This fight is scheduled for 12 rounds for the IBO world title held by the man in white, Antonio Tarver. Cruiserweight division, Tarver versus Latif Kaydde. 29-year-old Nigerian. Tarver trying to close in on Kaydde.
Not active, Antonio Tarver. He's only had one fight a year in 2009, 2010, and 2011. Of course, this is his 2012 debut. And that inactivity makes it difficult to sustain your skill level, though he was certainly effective against Danny Green 10 months ago.
And look at the total punches brought to you by Show Stats.
You know, it's not a monstrous edge for Latif Kaydde. So this fight is certainly one that you can make a case some rounds, some close rounds, may have gone Tarver's way, but I think Kaydde's ahead in this fight. There's no question in my mind about that.
Tarver, heavy punching there. Finally getting a chance to counter a little bit. Kaydde backs up.
The pace of both men has slowed a bit. Now, Kaydde's not landing quite as many punches or throwing quite as many as he did before. And remember we said, as he bounces around this ring, there's a nice right hand, that he did have some moments where he faded in his last couple of fights. He's doing a lot of mugging, I'll give him that much. You do get the feeling he is annoyed with Antonio Tarver. I mean, we knew that coming in, and that's been evident.
Stop punching, step back.
Kaydde's athleticism and brute strength, I think, has been an issue, and his youth, obviously, has been an issue in this fight. And the fact that he has slip punches better, I think, than Antonio Tarver thought he might. And maybe
There's a straight left hand that staggered Kaydde. Now Kaydde may be hurt.
Nice right hook, too, by Antonio Tarver.
Tarver finally timing Kaydde and hit him on the button here in the 8th round. Kaydde almost going down. Now you see the wild, undisciplined Kaydde. Tarver. And here we go. 9 through 12 should be something to see.
It's going to be fun.
Deep breath. All right.
Well, one moment can change a fight, and this might have been that moment. Antonio Tarver's been looking for a really good straight left hand. That one got through. Equally as important was the fact that he would follow it up with the right hook. Let's see, he set the stage with a double jab. That's good technique, and then lands the straight left hand. Kaydde posturing a bit, but there were moments after that in which Tarver did well.
Stay off the rope. Stay in. Keep circling. Stay off the rope.
The 9th round of this 12-round cruiserweight fight for the IBO world title held by Antonio Tarver. In the white and black trunks, Latif Kaydde from Nigeria, fighting out of Hollywood, California.
Did that alter this fight? Maybe it did. Because now this movement by Kaydde seems less definitive and it seems more defensive.
Remember, round 9 is the round in which Tarver knocked out Danny Green in his last fight in Australia.
Now in that fight, Tarver was winning the fight. In this case, it might be the opposite. But clearly he had Kaydde on his heels in the last round, and in this round has landed a couple of very good punches. And nothing offensive coming back from Kaydde. That's the key point. In the last half of his fight against Felix Cora Jr., his last fight, Kaydde landed almost exactly the same number of punches as Cora after he had dominated the first 6 rounds.
Bring him up, Tarver. Bring him up. Borderline.
Antonio just measuring him with that left hand.
Straight left hand again by Tarver. Kaydde coming back, going after the body. 1:12 to go in the ninth.
Kaydde has landed some very good body punches, but this has been another good round for Tarver. For the most part,
a beautiful left hand, and that backs up Kaydde, who's in trouble. Kaydde, 59 seconds to go. Can he hold on? He looks like it's conditioning will carry him through. Kaydde. Center of the ring, Tarver. Can he put him away? Tarver measuring him. Now Kaydde coming back with heavy shots.
Good right hands by Kaydde. This is a great round.
The 9th round. Tarver, Kaydde, and now big mouth under the eye of Antonio Tarver.
Let him out. Quick.
10 seconds.
Stop at the bell.
Tarver, peppering, combination punching. Mostly blocked, though, by Kaydde.
That was fun. Both men look a little fatigued right now.
Hey, champion. This is where the hot work comes in. This is where the hot work comes in. You hear me? It looks like it's from a fair blow. Okay, this is where. This is where the swimming comes in effect. You understand me? This is where your experience comes in.
This is a moment changer. Antonio Tarver hurt Latif Kaydde. Now, interestingly, he was able to follow up pretty effectively. You see the mouse developing under the left eye of Tarver, and that would become something later on in this round that would be a factor. That's a very good straight left hand, and it did rock Kaydde. But toward the end of the round, it was Kaydde coming back. He landed a very nice straight right hand that I think more than got Tarver's attention. He shook his head, but he got hit with some good punches there, and that was an intriguing round.
10th
Who's
round.
more tired?
We will see. 10th round of a 12-round fight for the IBO Cruiserweight World title held by Antonio Tarver in the white and black, facing a young and gained Latif Kaydde, 29 years old. Tarver has found his rhythm over the last 3 rounds.
He's done better. There's no question about that.
There's the body work, though, by Kaydde. Tarver just taking it with no answers.
And again, switching to the right-handed stance.
Now Tarver just walking him down. Freddie Roach told Kaydde to stay off the ropes.
Both fighters have fought in spurts. Nice combination there by Tarver.
Is this confusing for Kaydde when Tarver switches to orthodox?
Well, that's a good question. You know, Tarver's not a big power puncher when he switches to righty, but he is having some effect with that right jab.
Tarver started his boxing at 10 years old as an orthodox fighter. Now he switches back to southpaw.
On the inside, when he can use his power to the body and the head, Kaydde has been effective. This fight has certainly gotten closer. There's no question about that. The last couple of rounds could easily have gone to Antonio Tarver, and likely did. Oh, nice straight right.
Keep him up.
And after this round, we'll be in no man's land for Latif Kaydde, who has never seen the 11th round. And while the man he's facing is 43, that man has seen the 11th and 12th rounds before.
Kaydde, good body work. Yep. That uppercut has been effective. Kaydde, they say he slipped. No knockdown. Kaydde, though, his mouth is open, may be tired. Tarver remaining relaxed.
This round was a very close round. Good body work by Kaydde and some good shots to the head by Tarver and some good right hands by Kaydde.
Latif Kaydde against the veteran of Antonio Tarver's caliber has done a very good job tonight.
He has.
Deep breath. Big. Count.
11 rounds, 2 rounds, 11 rounds.
I got it.
Where's the blood coming?
Nose. It's okay.
Alright.
Here, follow me.
Oh, it's okay.
Latif Coyote has thrown some hellacious body shots, which you should try. Now, that one was straight a little low, and that one too, and that one too, and that one. So, you know what? When you look at that, even though the guard is the protective cup is pretty high for Tarver, still there were a few that got a little low. There's the nice straight right hand by Coyote. And again, some of those might have been legal because the protective guard was high, but a few did straight low. But in any case, it's been a good body attack by Coyote.
As we enter the championship rounds, keep in mind, the challenger, Latif Coyote, has never been here. 12 times, though,
Keep it
for
clean.
Tarver.
Keep it clean.
And that last round, I think, a pivotal round in this fight because Tarver had taken control of several rounds. And that last one, very close. I would have been inclined to give it to Coyote. And if that's true, that could put Tarver in a little bit of a pickle here. Coyote has never seen the 11th round, but so far the part that he's seen he's liking because he's landing some good punches. And when you look at the total punches, it's pretty darn close. So, but a lot of that came in some of that came in one round for Tarver. So whether it's the question of where those numbers are distributed per round. But we could be headed for a very interesting decision here, and a close one.
Watch your heads there.
And because both men have fought in spurts, it makes it a little difficult to figure out. The early rounds, for the most part, Coyote controlled. Then Tarver came on to win several. And now Coyote backing himself against the rope.
All right, keep it clean. Keep it clean. Quick. Bring your punches up.
Tarver pushing a lot of those punches right now. They don't have a lot on them. But Coyote has not thrown a lot of punches in this round. So this is again a round that could be up for grabs.
38 seconds remaining in this 11th round. Any bodies to take at this point. This round. Oh, nice sharp chopping left hand by Antonio Tarver. Coyote trying to come back, using his jab. Now goes to the body with the uppercut. Ten seconds remaining in the 11th. There will be some special conversations going into the final round of this one.
Okay. One round to go. Okay? That's fine.
Prince, you think we fighting the judge too. Look, listen to both of us. Understand? This is the last round. We don't want to see you back up.
You gotta work, baby. You gotta work.
Look at. You need this round bad. You understand?
We need every minute.
I'm telling you
We
now.
need every minute.
Look, what's in your mind don't mean it. I'm telling you.
You gotta let your hands go. I'm telling you.
Let's go.
Come on. Crazy, but it's true.
I don't trust you people.
I don't trust these people. You gotta let your hands go, champ. Latif Coyote may be closer than he thinks to his first world title, which would be an IBO championship.
Yeah, obviously that's not one of the top 4, but clearly it for Kaydde at this juncture in his career would be important. You know, Antonio Tarver made the point that it's a no-lose situation for Kaydde, and Kaydde right now I think is in that no-lose situation. This could be a close fight. It could go probably either way, I guess. Tarver has come on in recent rounds, and the fact that Kaydde has been able to perform well in this fight probably raises his stock. Clearly, Antonio Tarver is not the same fighter he was 3 or 4 years ago, but he has shown skills, and he has shown some power.
Final round. In the cruiserweight division, Antonio Tarver holding the IBO world title that he took from Danny Green. Latif Kaydde called him out. Big YouTube campaign after he took offense to Tarver criticizing his skill level during our broadcast here on Showtime.
You know, I'll tell you something else. At 43, for Antonio Tarver to be in there facing his big, strong cruiserweight and doing what he's doing for 12 rounds, I just have to say that's fairly impressive. I'm not saying that because he sits here next to us. I'd say that about any 43-year-old fighter. And I don't know if he's going to win this fight, but this is a big, strong guy he's facing in here.
Who came in with a totally different strategy for Tarver than Tarver even expected.
I agree, and it was effective early in this fight, and has been effective in some ways throughout.
That strategy being Kaydde made Tarver look for him. Tarver thought that Kaydde would pursue him because he's emotional from the very beginning of this bout, and that hasn't happened.
And you know, this has been a good 12th round for Kaydde. They wanted a good 12th round from Tarver. Kaydde has been more effective, I think, in this round. And it's a round Kayode's never fought before. So maybe Antonio didn't quite have it in him at this juncture to press in his 12th round. He has tried, but just hasn't been as effective as he would like.
15 seconds. Kaydde still backing up. He was the matador in this fight.
Kaydde has made himself an interesting possible opponent for guys like Guillermo Jones or Marco Huck, cruiserweight champions. And they both think they won this fight. And it may well be a very close decision. You could probably make a case either way.
Thank you, little boy. Good fight. I'm still champion. He didn't do nothing. Didn't hurt nothing.
You look at the punches in this fight. There wasn't a monstrous difference. A slight edge for Kaydde. You can hear Antonio. He's doing commentary in there. He said he didn't want to fight. He was moving around, and I guess he feels that his aggressiveness won this fight. It may have.
What are your thoughts on the fight? What's the first one?
I think this is a difficult fight to score because each man fought in spurts.
Like I said before, only NWI do. He hit me now with straight. When you talk to me, tell me he supposed to come out and knock you out and all that stuff he don't do. He thought he was going to knock you down, knock you out.
A lot of spin doctoring going on in both corners.
So I think I did a good job. So he's surprised. He's frustrated. They're looking for me.
Don't forget, on June 23rd, Ortiz versus Lopez on Showtime Championship Boxing. Now for the official decision, let's go inside the ring where Jimmy Lennon Jr. is standing by.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Max DeLuca, scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Antonio Tarver. Judge at ringside, David Denkin, scores about 115-113 in favor of Latif Kaydde. Judge at ringside, Dave Moretti, sees it 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is even a draw.
So this